To try and describe what Patrick Mahomes has been in the month of September is extremely difficult to do. For his career, in the month of September, he's unbeaten. He has a QBR of 90. That's the maximum is 100. And he's thrown 32 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So those numbers aren't good. They are MVP caliber for just that month alone. And so let me bring the rest of the crew in here. Jeff Saturday, what is your first thought? This was so eagerly anticipated, this game, for Mahomes to play the way he did. Let's start with him and the Chiefs. What was your number one takeaway from them last night?
The most complete team in football. I'll say it again. The most complete team in football. They absolutely dismantled the Baltimore Ravens, and it wasn't even close. And we're talking about how well Patrick Mahomes performed, and that's absolutely true. But let's talk about their offensive line. The Ravens blitzed him 21 times. How many times was he touched, Greeny? 0. Talk about, let's flip it over to their defensive line. Frank Clark, Chris Jones absolutely bottled up this Ravens offense. They gave up one special teams bloop. Other than that, this team completely dominated what everybody thought was going to be the AFC Championship game. This was a beatdown of big proportions. And I understand the Ravens did a lot to hurt themselves, but the Chiefs just looked like they were clicking on all cylinders again. Most complete team in football, Greeny.
This wasn't just about Patrick Mahomes and this incredible core of wide receivers, because they are incredible. This was about the mastery of understanding how to take advantage of a defense's eyes, and they did so with the offensive plan. It was just truly magnificent from start to finish.
That's well done. And there's something about watching them. I have no horse in the race whatsoever, and I can't help but laugh as you watch the beauty of what they are doing offensively. So, Swagoo, you're a former defensive player. If you're going to try and stop this group, what's the first thought in your mind?
Bring back Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, sign DeMarcus Ware, Bruce Smith, Reggie White, Darrell Revis, and Deion Sanders. Listen, this is one of those dilemmas that's created, G, where you're beat before the game start. And Greg pointed it out. When you identify the fear of the defense immediately, that's what you take advantage of the whole night. Outside of Patrick Mahomes extending plays, we talked about the drop back for the long touchdown to Mecole Hardman down the field, where he's just smart enough to buy a few extra seconds in order to get that pass off, and very few can do it because his arm strength is there for his back leg for him to be able to push the ball downfield. Listen, the times that I saw the Ravens have a bit of success was when they only rushed 4. And I was beating that drum because Wink Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, he wants to bring pressure. This was not the night to do it. And we all know it. We talk about it before every game. Don't pressure Pat Mahomes. You got to do it every once in a while. But your best bet is to have guys up front that can rush smart, keep lane integrity, and play 7 in coverage. We saw the Chargers have a bit of success, but everybody doesn't have Bosa and Ingram. It's just, it is a conundrum. You are all over the place. A fire starting in the bedroom, and as soon as that one go out, one start in the kitchen. And when you put the one in the kitchen out, the one start at your neighbor's house. So it's horrible, man. It's hard. I'm watching the game last night, and I feel terrible for every defensive coordinator that's got to face what Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is doing. And I'm the dumb one for picking the Ravens, thinking that they were going to be able to run the ball and get out in the lead early.
I picked the Ravens last night, too, and we will set aside a bunch more time later in this hour to get specifically into the struggles the Ravens and their quarterback had last night. But, Jeff Saturday, here's the thing that is sticking in my head. I had so many people this week tell me the Ravens built that defense specifically to try to stop Kansas City. And the reason that they lost in the playoffs last year was they ran into the polar opposite. They ran into Tennessee, who played totally differently. Right. And this team was built to slow down Kansas City. So if Mahomes is going to put up 5 touchdowns against that, now what works?
Yeah, built poorly, right, Greeny? I mean, from this right here, if this is how you built it, foundation wasn't set right. No, but in all honesty, what Swagoo and Greg just brought up, this defense is chasing ghosts, right? We always talk about quarterbacks and seeing ghosts. I think it was Darnold who said it last year, the year before, about I was seeing ghosts. This is what the Kansas City Chiefs do to a defense. is you don't know which way to look. I mean, why are there so many guys running wide open, whether it's Kelsey, Hardeman, whether it's Tyreek Hill? Which guy's going to run free? Because everybody's looking to see, what can I do? No one's playing fast and clean because there's so many different things to think about. And again, when you start building defenses, like you said, bringing in Wolf, Calais Campbell so they can rush 4 and get home, but then you blitz it on top of that, you're out of your game plan. And that's the problem. Swagoo brought it. Got to bring 4 and trust your defensive backfield. And that's just not what they did last night.
Greg, a quick final thought on this. Again, we will talk much more about the Ravens side of this in about 20 minutes. But, Greg, quick final thought on the Chiefs and Mahomes last night.
Yeah, just remarkable. And Mahomes is playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. Y'all, what he's doing at the line of scrimmage. You mentioned rushing 4. Well, you can't get home with 4 because the ball's out so quickly. You mentioned blitzing. He's adjusting protection. He's finding one-on-ones. He's buying time. Y'all, he is not just the most gifted athletically at the position in the NFL, but he is now entering the mix with the Bradys, with the Breeses of the world as far as his cerebral acumen. The guy has an answer for everything you throw at him. So outside of putting 2 Aaron Donalds on the field at defensive tackle and getting an internal pass rush, Spears and Jeff, I just don't know how you disrupt the rhythm of what Pat Mahomes is doing right now on the field.
It was a statement win in every conceivable way. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.